Hello, I'm Joyce DiDonato, and I'm thrilled to be with you today, part of an ongoing series highlighting the Masterclasses of various classes that have taken part at Carnegie Hall. And I have been extremely privileged and honored and have had some of the great moments of my career leading Masterclasses annually from 2015 as part of the Weill Music Institute there at Carnegie Hall. We've taken 4 singers each year from around the world at varying stages of development, and we worked intensely with them for 3 days, doing private sessions in the morning and public classes in the evening, and usually attending some fabulous New York shows in the evening there in New York. And each year has been very unique, but always really surprising at the depth of change and metamorphosis that has happened with the artists. One of the things I've been most proud of is these 3 days of intensive work has allowed them to open in a way that sometimes is not possible in a 20-minute session in a one-off class. And it's why I wanted to structure these as a continuum to really go deeply and get them to open more artistically and to understand the process of communicating to an audience. We've also built a wonderful audience along the way that I think has garnered almost as much as the singers have in terms of analyzing deeply what it takes to produce sound that moves somebody to tears, to go deep into the text, deep into the freedom of the voice so that real emotion can go across the footlights into the hearts of the listeners, because this is what we want to do. We've chosen 3 short excerpts just to give a little idea, a glimpse into the kind of work that we do. Of course, all these videos are also available at full length on YouTube and Carnegie's website, but these are some highlights to give you a little idea. Let's start with something incredibly beautiful. A tune that we all know and we all love from La Bohème. This is Donde Lieta, and I'm working with Colombian soprano Amelia Avilan. And she lives in Germany as well now. We see each other every once in a while on the streets or backstage, and she's as radiant as ever. And she was so, so brave in this clip. Take a listen.
Tutto quanto in un grembiale manderò il portiere.
Released? Yeah. And you're already there. Go. Yeah. With a portamento like this too. Don't go. Give us every. If this is one of your last breaths, you're gonna want it, you don't want to let it to go. Yeah. Oh, yes! Did you hear that? Yeah! That is not taking it for granted. That is not going on automatic pilot and doing the way it goes, singing it the way it goes. You're in it, you're creating it, you're composing it, you're feeling it. That's what we need all the time. You guys got that, right? They all know how it goes, and you did something with intensity and intention, and they all went, Mimi, don't die, is what we want, you know? Yeah. 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 Now the trick is, don't redo what you just did to make it magical. Okay. Recreate it anew each time. Don't go, oh, that's what works, and do that, because that's just as bad. Yeah. Each time to come to that, you have to think last breath and recreate it. Okay, let's do it on NG one more time. And. And.
sotto il guanciale c'è la cuffietta rosa.
Open, open.
Se
Now melt. That was not 80%. You went to the very end of that note as Mimi with...
That's how you see it.
You felt it, yeah. We gotta go again. Bada, one more time. So now, don't redo what you just did, because it worked. We go through the process. Guys, this is really important. Really, really important. Don't recreate what just worked. Analyze the process you went through to create that result. You go for the result, it ain't gonna work. It might, but it's luck. It's not technique. Process. So, one more time. We're buzzing here. Through all of those notes, we continue to open and we continue to go up so nothing's falling, right? Open, open, go, 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 go. That's how we get there. That's really important. So let's do one more time. Open. And bada. Open.
Sotto il guanciale c'è la cuffietta rosa.
Release.
Open, go, 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 go. Se vuoi,
And
se vuoi
open here. Up. Open here. Drink in and go. Go, go, go. Open. Donde lieta from Puccini's La Bohème with Amalia. Such beautiful memories of her grace and gorgeous singing. Now we get to go back in time to our first class in 2015 with a young mezzo-soprano. She was the youngest at the time, perhaps the youngest that we've ever had at 20 years old. And she's singing Ombra mai fu of Handel. I'm going to have a chance to check in with Kaylee just a little bit after we listen to her excerpt, but you'll see the bravery and already the artistic maturity that is waiting to be tapped into, and you'll understand why she's going on to great things. This is Ombra mai fu. I imagine, especially because this is of the period that it was written, and it was probably the most amazing backdrop painted tree. It's that kind of tree that's not necessarily tall, but super wide. And the roots go as far as the umbrellaed branches go. Mm-hmm. And what I want to feel is that energy, that gratitude you're saying from that tree. If it's a life force tree, saved your life, faithful there, that you actually command the energy of those roots. And it comes up through you, and you become the branches. and your roots are going, and the branches are reaching without any fear, and they know that they're supported, and they have lush, fabulous water and nutrition, and it's been there for 1,000 years, and it always will be, unlike you, but that tree will be there. And it's this sense of wonder, astonishment, wishing you could be that tree, probably fancying yourself that you are a little bit, Xerxes, you know? And then again, there's stillness, but in that stillness is this 1,000-year-old behind and going forward, eternal energy. Om Brahma. It's still going. Di vegetabile, going. Cara ed amabile, soave più. This aria could be an hour long, singing the same, like a mantra, over and over. And at that same time, it's slowly growing deeper, it's slowly branching out, it's drinking up more water, it's sending more chlorophyll. I mean, that's where you have to be. This is life force, okay? Can we just start on the aria, and then we're going back to the recit, of course. I'm a recit fiend. Okay, can you just give us, like, let's say, sort of a half of the play in, and I want you to, actually, would you mind to take your shoes off? They're super cute. But. And I want you to really, I want that you're going down into the ground, but it's coming up through you at the same time, and it's going three-dimensional, 360 all around you, down, 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 up, every direction, okay? And as we were talking about with Deborah, right? It's growing, reach, 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 down, up. It's in your spine, it's in your spine. The breath is there. Go. Yeah. Look. Go. It's feeding you. Drink it up. Drink, 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 drink. Drink. Go. Go, go. Drink, 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 drink. Yeah. Go. And it's soak it up. Go. It's coming up from your ankles. Through your femur, go, 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 go. Through femur, tailbone, tailbone. Oh, there it's the bottom of your spine. Go, drink it up. It's growing, go, 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 go. Yeah, drink up. Right here, drink it, go, from the here, go, go, up. It's coming, it's still coming. Now, here, go, here, go, 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 go. Connect it from under here. It's going, going, going. Go, 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 go. Even deeper, deeper, deeper. Out, 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 up. Go, 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 go. Reach, reach, down and up, out. Go, reach, drink, 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 go. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Go. Go, 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 drink. You can think of this as one phrase. Voom, 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 so, until you get to so. You never let up until then. And actually, really, until the end of the play out. Do you see that connection? Do you feel that? You guys sense that direction? You never, ever, ever let up. Don't let any chinks of sunlight go through this immense legato of energy. The energy is legato, not just the breath and the voice. The energy, boom, 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 and it's in all directions. Then you are the tree. You let it come to you, and you become it, this circle of life. That reminds me of a song. How did it feel?
A lot better. a lot more free and but energized. I think I confuse sometimes letting go with being kind of ambivalent and hands off, and that's where I get in, I don't know, in trouble. And I need to find the freeness with energy.
Well, that about sums it up. Here's the thing, you guys. Trust your instincts. You know. You know better than any teacher. You know better than any coach. There might be the odd exception there where a conductor will come and you'll be like, oh, yeah, of course, you can still learn. But that instinctual gut feeling, you know.
Well, we just had the extreme pleasure of listening to Kaylee Decker sing Ombra Mai Fu from 2015, which feels like 500 years ago.
Really?
And Kaylee, thank you so much for joining me today. I've been following you, occasionally seeing you backstage, occasionally being able to have the chance to say hello, and being so just overly exuberantly proud of watching your growth as an artist and to see what's happening. Can you fill our listeners in a little bit on what you've been up to? Are you still singing?
Yes.
Yeah, and how?
I am, well, 2015 feels truly like decades ago. Since I did the masterclass with you, I got my master's at University of Cincinnati in voice. I started an artist diploma and then got into the Ryan Opera Center at the Lyric Opera Chicago, and that was amazing, and went there and finished. The end of my 2 years was in May of this year, so it was not an ending I had planned on, or anyone really had planned on, but it was an incredible 2 years, and now I'm at my parents' house in Maryland, and very lucky to have their support and to be able to spend this time with my family, and singing when I can in the shower, mostly for my mom. Yeah, it's been a crazy 5 years.
Can you just give us a little idea of what that masterclass experience was like for you, and if it served as some kind of bridge to this incredible path that you've been taking since then?
Absolutely. I think it was one of the first experiences I had, one of the first opportunities I had to be in front of so many people. It felt like a lot of pressure back then. Now it doesn't, but it was one of the first experiences I had to be working with, someone like you in front of what felt like a really large audience. It was mostly online, which is interesting in the context of where we are today. But I think it definitely was a bridge in many ways. It was the first time I was really singing in New York City. It was the first time of feeling vulnerable with the stakes that high. Just getting to interact with the other artists in that manner, and I don't know, it was just this kind of little spark that kind of ignited a lot of creativity for me, a lot of surrendering of tension and fear, and probably the first window into this kind of balancing of control for me as being a singer. I think in the masterclass we talked a lot personally for me about letting go, and that is still something I am dealing with today as an artist, and I think I will deal with it.
Oh, you
my
haven't
whole
figured
life.
that out yet?
Yes, I know,
Okay.
right?
I had it figured out 30 years ago. No, work in progress.
Exactly,
Always work in
exactly.
progress. That's
But-
the exciting part.
Exactly.
What I remember about working with you is how brave you were, because if I'm not mistaken, you were 20, 20,
I was, yeah, I was 20. I was 20 years old.
you
Yeah.
were 20, and you were definitely the youngest one on that group and one of the youngest we've ever had. But still very technically accomplished. And I just remember thinking how brave you were to go there, because letting go, singing well is not that hard, but letting go so that we open in an emotional way and we let go of some of that control which keeps us, we think, grounded. It was one of the bravest things, and I remember seeing it click with the Ombra Mai Fu and also with the Non Più Mesta, that you sort of realized it's safe, I can go there, and it's kind of exhilarating at the same time too. And I remember watching that switch happen within you, and it's one of my favorite memories of the classes I've given so far.
Thank you.
I couldn't be happier for you or more proud of the kind of artist that you're developing into. I have every faith that you're going to find your way through this period. I think we have to balance strategically our impatience with our patience in this period, and find the time when it's really out of our control to let go and let that play out its course, while we stay impatient with ourselves, with our industry, and we push at the right time. We push our own creativity, we push the creativity of those around us, and we'll find the moments to assert ourselves into the playing field so that we help the industry move on. Because ultimately, we want to be back in front of people, live.
Yes.
Live. So I have no doubt that when it's time to sort of ride back into the scenery, you're going to be ready. You're going to bring so much into the world. But I wish you a lot of patience and strength and calm as we tread water right now.
Thank you, Joyce. I really appreciate that. And I know myself and a lot of my young artist colleagues have been so inspired by everything that you've been doing and fighting for. So thank you.
You are welcome. We're all in this together. Like the roots of Ombra Mai Fu, right? Like going deeper and reaching out and reaching out and reaching out. It's a good image for me to come back to. So thank you for that magical time together, and for all the work you've been doing since then, Kaylee. And we're going to look for you on the big stage. Take care. What a joy to catch up with Kaylee, to see that she's doing well, but at the same time, looking to find her way through this challenging period that we're all working on. I do ask that you continue to support the artists that you love as best you can at this time. So many are giving of their time to put things online for you. As you're able, it's a wonderful time to support the education programs that build young artists, theaters, symphonies, singers. Everybody is in need, as we know now. You don't have to just support with funds. This is a wonderful time to also support the audience building opportunity that we have now. Share videos with your friends, with your grandchildren, with your grandparents. Send, everybody's online right now. Give them the chance to come in and dive into the pool of opera in particular. It's a great moment to fall in love with it. And then when we come back, we have a thriving, passionate audience to come back to. So I thank you for that. One of the most special moments, actually, I was going to say one of the most special moments of these masterclasses, but I think it was one of the clearest demonstrations I've seen in my career of the power of music to connect directly to the audience. Sometimes on the opera stage, we feel so grand and so big and so far away from the audience that we have to wait for an ovation at the end to say, oh, okay, they liked me. But we sometimes miss that intimate one-on-one looking into the eyes of the person that we're singing to. We forget how intimate opera can be. I had the wonderful chance to work with Kimon Mura a countertenor from Lexington, Kentucky, who, if memory serves, at the time was working at a Comfort Inn Suites in Lexington and had decided to just go for sending in an audition tape to this masterclass and see what happens. Well, what happened was magic. He was singing a beautiful Handel aria, Where'er You Walk, which is meant to be an aria of comfort and solace. And as is the case with every singer that comes before me, I didn't know what was going to happen. I had no plans on how to work with him. I have to wait and see what they give me before we roll up our sleeves. And this was our last day, and he wanted to sing this aria for me. And as soon as he sang it, already technically it was quite good, but it was a bit presentational, which is a very natural thing for young singers to do in the opera thing. We present our arias. And it just occurred to me that at this moment in time, people are looking for comfort. This was even pre-COVID. And I asked him if he felt bold, and he said yes, which I love. And I asked him to go into the audience and sing this directly to the public. And I didn't know what would happen, and certainly the public didn't know what would happen. If you'll notice in the front row, the first person he stopped by was the legendary late screenwriter and notorious opera lover. I've never met a bigger opera lover, Terence McNally. And he was attending with his husband, Tom Kirdahi. And to this day, they say it was one of the most powerful encounters they've had around the world of opera. I'm sure Kimon didn't know who he was singing to, but he touched Terence deeply. We lost Terence to COVID just over 6 months ago. And the last time I saw him in New York in March, he said that that was an experience that would stay with him for his whole life. So this is the power of music, and Kimon demonstrates that beautifully and bravely, where'er you walk.
I want you to really be brave, and I want you to actually go out here and comfort people.
Okay.
Okay? Mm-hmm. I'll do it with you. I'll use your voice, but I'll do it with you, okay?
Okay.
And don't fake it.
Okay.
Because this is also why you sing, you've said, yeah?
Right.
Yeah, you want to make the world a better place. Mm-hmm. This song has a lot of healing power. And let's see how brave it is to really go to the people.
Right.
Okay? Whatever you feel.
Okay.
You can start with me if you want, but do whatever you want.
Okay. For a shy person like me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sit
I'm the teacher, so I have to keep talking. Yesterday, you elicited a really fabulous, exciting reaction because it was impressive. What did you just do here? You see the people literally wiping tears from their eyes. You feel how generous that is. And you feel when that happens, Handel comes into the room with us. We don't have any work to do. We just have to let go and let that magic work through us. After we've done the work of setting all the options in, nobody in this room is going to forget what you just did, Key, because it was not only the beauty of your voice, but it's the sincere humanity that you looked people in the eyes. Okay? Now my soapbox. God dang it. That's what opera can do. And we have to stop making it about everything else, about ourselves, about how do I sound, what does it look like, do they like me? No, it has too much potential to touch people's hearts. Okay? So the work is ours to get in there, release ourselves, clear up all the junk that's getting in the way, and use that power to touch people. Through Handel, you know, thank you. What did you feel when you did that? It's clear what they felt. What did you feel?
I felt more freer to be myself and to let the music just come through me.
Make sure they hear that.
I felt more freer to be myself and let the music just come through me to you all.
It wasn't about you. Yeah. And the voice comes and everything still works, you know, you don't end up in a broken mess at the bottom, we trust it.
Right.
The freedom comes in and the heart and the soul come radiating out of you. We also want we want Gluck. Yeah. You're probably going to sing Rossini tomorrow. I was going to sing Arsace tomorrow, like whatever. And we love that, and we love the thrill of that. But this is life-changing for people. Never underestimate that power. And if you come to it honestly and purely and generously, what more do you want to give the world?
Right.
How much of it do you want to give? How much of it do you want to cycle out? Right there's not a single problem in the world. There's release, there's heart, there's soul, there's comfort. Thank you. Thank you for that. Beautiful.
Thank you so much for joining today, this little walk down memory lane with these three wonderful, accomplished young artists at the time. I love the chance to go in deeply and stay in the process of what we're doing. These 3-day classes that I do is all about exploring the process of how we go deeper into the music. And these singers have been so brave in taking that journey with me, as has the audience. So many more clips available online for you to go down the masterclass rabbit hole anytime you like. Personally, I can't wait to come back to Carnegie Hall and the Weill Music Institute and do this live and in person again very soon, I hope, with the next batch of wonderful singers. I miss you all. I hope you've enjoyed this. And like I said, help build our audience. It's the perfect time to share these videos. Okay? Stay safe, stay healthy, take care.